Sound waves reaching the microphone are changed into impulses of electric current.
No need to worry about your pre-recorded music tapes being accidentally erased. It can't happen.
Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. Started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. Falling.
Hey there, friends. What is going on? It's Kodiak here. Welcome to a Sunday night stream. And I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, it's going to be a little bit more of a chill, subdued stream tonight. We had a crazy weekend over here, and quite honestly, I'm gassed. Like, straight up, no gas in the tank. But, I really genuinely enjoy doing these Sunday streams. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna push through. We got stuff going on the channel, but you know what? I'm just going to pop on with you guys, hang out. I see you guys in the chat. That one dude, what's up? Carlos, what's up? Cipher, if you're still here, what's going on? It's good stuff, guys. I like hanging out with you. And it's kind of a thin night on the whatchamacallit, on the subreddit. Obviously, if you guys saw, Nintendo had their big event this week, which was kind of crazy. So I also kind of pulled up the IGN feed and figured we could kind of comb through, just see what other trailers popped off this week. And if you guys see anything, as we're chatting tonight, Huel, what's up, buddy? If you guys see anything that maybe we missed throughout the week, we can dive into it. But there's some good stuff. I think the Nintendo event is honestly that was the biggest event. There was a ton of stuff. Obviously they announced the Switch 2. I'll tell you guys, straight up, the pricing thing, I don't like it at all. Them charging $80 for games is just crazy to me. And I think, honestly, it's going to open up a can of worms in this space that I don't like. I mean, games are already really expensive, and it's hard, right? I understand why a game costs what it does, given how many people are required to build it and make it and develop it and code it and design it, all that stuff. But you also have that's a huge spectrum, right? You have games like Stardew Valley. One person made tens of millions of dollars with that game, right? And then you look at a game like, and pick your favorite AAA game, and they've got hundreds, if not thousands, of employees, right? It's a huge spectrum. So yeah, if you're paying hundreds of, thousands of employees to make a game, I get charging, you'd probably want to charge more. But then you have a single person made a game. Just because that game is only made by one person doesn't mean it's lesser than. Right? I think we've seen a number of indie games that have been greater than. So it's hard. And I think Nintendo has always been, I don't know if greedy is the right word. They don't do enough to, I look at Steam, right? And I look at all the ways that Steam tries to, I don't know if, because again, I'm not a developer, right? So I look at as they're helping the developer get more exposure for their games by offering these opportunities to do big sales, right? Developers can do sales whenever they want, but in the context of a Steam Next Fest or a Steam Spring Sale or Summer Sale, right? You have to you're giving developers the opportunity to say, oh, we got a big sale coming up. Maybe I'm going to throw my game into the mix. Nintendo never does that. Nintendo just is kind of hey, here's our games. They're $80. They're never going to be anything less than $80. And I think that's a problem, right? A game on Switch that's been out for 2 years should not still be $65 or whatever it is. It should be $45 or $40 or $30 or whatever it is. It should follow the same principles that other games do. I don't know why they don't, but they have such a tight control over their IP, right? Nobody else is making Donkey Kong games. Nobody else is making Mario games. And people keep buying them. So anyways, we'll talk a little bit about some of the games for Switch 2. And then we'll look at some of the IGN stuff. We'll see what else is going on. Like I said, guys, if you're just joining, going to be a little bit more of a low-key stream tonight. I'm just gassed out from a crazy weekend, birthday parties and all that stuff. I got to flip this around so I can actually put my head back. Hold on. There we go. All right, so I'm actually going to start at the top. And it's a trailer that was already right here. Elden Ring Night Rain. This is a game that is coming out, I believe it's end of May. And it's one that I haven't had the chance to dive into, mainly because they did the network test, and the network test was only on a PS5. So Livid and I weren't able to join the network test. But we, of course, it's an Elden Ring game. Of course, we're going to check it out. So they just announced a new character, the Iron Eye character trailer. Really interested to see what this is all about. It's only 52 seconds, so we're probably not going to get a whole lot. But let's just check it out together, see what this character is all about.
Peggy 16.
Yeah, I mean, looks good. I don't know how many of you guys. Oh, I didn't know they had a collector's edition. That's actually a sick statue. Can we just go appreciate that for 1 second? Because that was actually a really cool statue. Dang, that's cool. I have my. Oh, I've got my statue back here. You never actually see it in any of the videos or the streams because it's off to the side. But here you go. I got my statue for the DLC. And I love working with the team at the Bandai team on the U.S. side. They're awesome. They're fantastic people. Huel, Game of the Year contender? I don't know, man. I'm going to tell you guys, and we'll talk about this after. There's some stuff coming up that I think is going to be you guys are really going to like. We'll talk about it in a second, but let's get through the rest of this. So, again, Elden Ring Night Rain. It's a 3-person roguelite version of Elden Ring, essentially, where there's kind of predetermined classes. There's yeah, I know, I got you, buddy. There's day-night cycles where during the day you're exploring, you're grabbing loot, you're killing things, and then it's going to be a really interesting experience. And I think, quite honestly, this is going to be really different than obviously, it's going to be different than the Elden Ring experience. So this is going to cater to a different type of player, and I'm actually really looking forward to that because roguelites are my jam. Like, between myself and Livid, I am the rogue guy. I've loved all sorts of roguelites, from Dead Cells to Enter the Gungeon to, I'm trying to think, Darkest Dungeon to Curse of the Dead Gods. I'll play any of them. I really enjoy the format. I think the structure of it fits really nicely with, like, my life right now, where, like, I only have 20 minutes or so, sometimes at a clip to play a game, and the roguelite genre just fits really well. So kudos to them for honestly taking a risk and doing something different. And actually, Livid sent me this just before we got on stream. And I don't know how many of you guys have seen this, but he sent this to me, and he's like, look at the output. I guess this was on Reddit or something like that. He said, look at the output of FromSoft. 2014. That was a decade ago. Like, decade plus one. A decade ago, and they've released 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 games. That's incredible, like, for a developer, right? We're waiting for Fable for 4 or 5 years. We're waiting for, whatever, the Halo Infinite. How long do we wait for that one? And you look at how many of these were successful. I mean, it's nearly all of them, right? I think Armored Core is the one that kind of stands out. They did something different in 2023, but obviously that's a pretty historic franchise. But, Dark Souls 3, massive success. Bloodborne, cult success. Elden Ring, huge success. Obviously the DLC, and then there's Night Rain coming out this year, and Duskbloods coming out next year. And we'll talk about Duskbloods, because I think that's honestly where we need to go next. And I'll go back to the IGN page, because I want to pull that one up. This is, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but the Duskbloods is so strange to me because it is a Switch 2 exclusive game from Software, and I genuinely do not know how I feel about it. I have never liked exclusive games to begin with. I think console wars and exclusivity wars is stupid. Just make the games available for everybody so they can enjoy them. But this one is really strange. Let's watch this one in case you guys have not seen this yet. This is the Duskbloods coming out exclusively on the Switch 2. And I want to know your thoughts, guys, because this is such a strange move in my opinion.
I give you my blood. I give you my life. Turn, O wheel, and transport him to a night of moonlight, to humanity's very dusk.
Looks like a FromSoft game. But you can tell the graphics are not great, right? It feels like a mid-2000s game. And that's because Switch 2 is just not competitive from a technology hardware perspective. I am genuinely interested to just see how they pull this off. And this is where I was like, I'll turn this down so you guys can hear me. This is where I was like, oh man, this doesn't actually look good, right? Like it looks like a mid-2000s game. Like once the action starts going on, I'm like, okay, like I'm seeing the switchness of it.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
It's funny too because they pull a lot of ideas from Elden Ring, right? Which they always have done that, but
And one alone.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Like genuinely, what do you guys think in the chat? Like, do you think this is a good idea? Do you think the game even looks enjoyable? I don't know. Then you got this rat cat thing. I don't know. I just sorry, I told you I'm beat. I'm going to try and keep it together. I just think the whole idea of, again, you take this, I mean, legendary, right? Like Elden Ring will go down in history as this legendary game, and your next move is a DLC, fine. Your next move after that is a roguelike spin-off type of thing, fine. The next thing you decide to do is a Switch 2 exclusive. It's very strange, and I get it, right? Switch is a Japanese, Nintendo is a Japanese company. FromSoft is Japanese, I believe, as well. You know, so there's ties there, right? There's just being in, like, countrymen. And then you've got this entire audience that you're isolating from this potential game, and it's just strange. And again, maybe this game will eventually come out on PC or Xbox or whatever, but it's a very strange move in my opinion. I'm interested to see how it will play out. I think it will ultimately sell copies of Switch 2s. I do. I think it's kind of the same as like God of War or any of those other games that actually move the needle when it comes to hardware. But like I said, it's a strange move in my opinion. All right, let's get into the Nintendo stuff here. I just want to check out a few of these that, you know, the iconic ones that I think, you know, are the big draws when it comes to a Nintendo platform. Let's see what you guys are saying about Dusk Bloods, though. I have to assume this is a smaller or experimental type of thing. I'd be curious to see if there's some kind of quirky gameplay mechanic that uses touchscreen or something. Yeah, I get that. And Mikey's saying, I'm on a wait-and-see type of feel. The director described it as a side project in which they'll test out some ideas with. Oh, that's good. I didn't actually read anything because, quite honestly, like, I'm not buying a Switch 2. Like, that's just – I have a Steam Deck. My entire library is on Steam. I don't see a reason to buy a Switch 2. My Switch sits on the other side of this room. I haven't touched it in years. You know, it was awesome. I played all of Hollow Knight on it, and I played through Darkest Dungeon, the first one, on some family vacations, you know, 7 years ago, whatever it was. So that's kind of where I'm at with Dusk Bloods, right? Like, I don't see any reason to buy it just for a Switch 2. Yeah, and I think it will eventually come to a major platform like a PC or an Xbox or whatever. You were sold on the Switch 2 after the Donkey Kong trailer until you saw the pricing, right? The pricing is a huge problem. it is a huge problem. I think it's going to open up a huge can of worms. And not a good can of worms, a bad can of worms. All right, let's check out this Donkey Kong trailer that you're talking about here. This is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Fantastic name for a game, by the way, like for a Donkey Kong game. I don't know why they haven't done this sooner. But, and to be fair and clear, guys, I haven't actually watched any of these trailers yet. I kind of was talking to Livid as he was watching them, but I didn't actually have the chance to watch them myself. So watching these all for the first time with you guys. A little open world Donkey Kong, perhaps? Monkey Miners. Okay. Very cool. I love that they're taking this approach. Destructible environment, dude? That's kind of cool. Little classic side scroller as well. That's nice. Rocket Ninja on this. Oh, that's a cool looking guy. Some cool looking bosses. Nice. I could see. All right, so we got this one coming out in July. I can genuinely see why people would be excited about this, right? You're taking what the company has historically done so well with Mario games like Mario Odyssey and such, and you're giving DK that treatment. And it's honestly, it's been a long time coming for DK to get this kind of upgrade. Yeah, DK doing Levolution better than Battlefield. That's right, Tetris. This is cool. My thing with Nintendo games, and again, Nintendo games are not made for me, right? I am not the demographic anymore. I don't know if the demographic has shifted in Nintendo's, like how they're developing games, but like Nintendo games have always been designed for kids, right? You know, somewhere between 8 and let's say 16 years old. Let's just use that as a range. They use some gimmicks, and I always find that the games use the gimmick a little too much. And in this case, it's very clearly the like dig into the earth gimmick, right? There's like this whole destructible environment, but like right here, you see it, you can dig into the earth and you collect all these gems or rubies or whatever the heck they are. That honestly is what I feel is what's lacking in the Nintendo game world, is like their systems have not really evolved in a way that I think matches what like gaming expectations are. You are still running through these levels, collecting a ton of coins. The coins really don't mean anything. Maybe you get one upgrade, but like all of those character progression systems that we've come to know and love, or despise, depending on how you view it, Nintendo doesn't buy into any of that. And so what you end up having is just like a really good immersive platformer that doesn't ever seem to have like the system depth. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, one dude, is like, is the platforming good? Because that's really all you have left. You've got a cool gimmick, and you've got what the game is supposed to be good at, which is the platforming. Because we know the combat's not going to be anything crazy. It's going to be the same things that Nintendo has done before. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit different because you've got DK instead of Mario, but like you're still going to do the same things. You're going to jump on enemies' heads. You're going to use, your strength to either beat them up or throw other enemies into, enemies into one another. So then you're left with the platforming. It's like, okay, well, is the platforming good? I totally agree with you because the gimmick wears off real quick. I think it looks good. Don't get me wrong. I think it looks really good. I think a lot of people are going to like this one. Yeah, I just, I guess it's just a me thing now, right? I'm old. I'm out of the demo. I just don't know if these games appeal to older gamers anymore. All right. This one, Livid was really excited about. Now, I never played Kirby Air Riders, not Raiders, back in the day. But he loves it. He wanted me to check it out. So that's what we're going to do. Here we go. I love that sound. Oh, such an iconic sound. So, I thought there might be some gameplay, but I guess not. I'm gonna check the IGN stream while I talk. Yeah, Kirby. Honestly, guys, Kirby is the character that I have actually loved the most from Nintendo for quite some time. I can't remember what the heck the name of the game was, but it was the Kirby game where you could suck up. It was on Super Nintendo. You could suck up anything. You could turn into a bunch of different characters with their powers, and honestly, that's what like sold me on the game was the Super Nintendo version of it. And so, anytime I see Kirby, like there's a little tug of nostalgia there. I don't actually see it here. Maybe that was really it. It's just the reveal trailer. Okay, I guess that was it. Oh, here's the other Kirby game. That's different. That's a different one. We'll check out this one, just since we're talking about Kirby.
In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates. This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious changes. We hope you're looking forward to Kirby's new adventure.
That was it? That was the whole trailer they showed off for that game? I'm very clearly missing something, but that's okay. Anyways, Kirby Air Riders, if you're into that sort of thing. What's next on the list? Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion. Interesting. All right. I don't know this one. I don't know if this is a sequel, if this is a remaster. I don't know if this is a completely new game. Liv, was there another trailer, or was it just that reveal trailer? Because I only found that reveal trailer, and it doesn't show me enough about like what the game actually is. And I never played the first one. Oh dang, that's lame. All right, we're gonna check out Daemon X Machina. Here we go.
アーセナル起動シーケンス開始。武器や安全装置確認。すべて正常に稼働中。脊髄とのデータリンクテスト開始。正常。起動します。二度の対戦を経てなお自由になれる我らが人間より解き放たれる時が来る。
comeback over the last
新しいアーセナ
year.
ルと装備が必要だ。俺には金がいる。俺を買え。反逆者どもら。ご丁寧にどうも。この星は俺たちがいただく。統制局。いや、トリニタスは全ての人間を殺す兵器を作り、すでに完成間近だ。
でもわからないよ。
It looks
戦争
good.
だからよ。
お前は俺の手で殺せ。全ての子供はいつだって希望だ。
I mean, I have no idea what's going on, but it looks good. I just feel like the action, I'm going to slow this one down. This is one of those ones you get more if you slow it down to half speed. Like when the action starts, like there's some cool stuff here. Like he's kitted out in guns, and then he's also got a giant hammer in that one. He's got a giant laser sword in that one, a whip, or at least a grapple. It looks good. It does look good. I just feel like we've seen a huge flux of mech games as of late, and that's not a bad thing, right? Like I played Mecha Break. We actually did a short video on the channel, and I actually really enjoyed Mecha Break. I thought it was a ton of fun. And I am not a mech guy. Like I don't play these games. I don't have any affinity for these games. But like the competitive nature of Mecha Break was, I thought, really good. And yeah, I mean, it's not like these guys just saw that one trailer and were like, oh, we got to make a mech game. This game didn't pop out of nowhere, right? It's been in development for a while. So it looks good. I think you need variety, obviously, when you're coming out with a new system, especially a system that, again, tailors to the younger generation. Yeah, you need to kind of spread the wealth around because there's a lot that you want to try and capture audience-wise. You want to capture the younger kids, the older guys and gals, you know, the people in the middle, the casual gamers, the hardcore gamers. Can Switch ever break out of that model? That's what I want to know. Can Switch ever be more than just like the casual gaming system? I don't know if they can. All right, let's take a break from the Switch stuff, and we'll check out this system, this trailer that Livid posted, Starseeker, Astroneer Expeditions. Let's see what this one's all about. No, Michael, of course I don't. That looks good. Oh, excuse me. I would assume this is either a spin-off, a sequel, or something to Astroneer, because Astroneer has a pretty fantastic reputation. And, yeah, I would be interested in checking this one out. It looks very clearly like a multiplayer survival game, but it is charming, right? There's a little bit more to it. I don't know if there's any more information about this one, but I'm actually kind of interested to see if we can find anything. And since this isn't Switch, let's take a look, see if we can find something. There we go. Let's see here. So, about this game. Starseeker is a new game set within the Astroneer universe with a focus on discovery, cooperative expeditions, and camaraderie. That's nice. Exploring deep space on the ESS Starseeker, players will need to work together with the entire crew of the space station to complete planet-wide objectives. That's cool. Not a whole lot. Players will have an advanced set of tools at their disposal to tackle expeditions while they face off with the unknown perils of space. So I guess I wonder if, just looking at it and reading it quickly, if this is going to be more mission-based, which would be cool too, right? Like, if you have a mission that takes you to a planet and you have to kind of work as a group of 50 or 100 to kind of figure that out, that's actually kind of cool, right? Almost like, it almost is taking like the Helldivers concept. Obviously, these games are nothing alike, but like the planetary concept creating a almost a lure around the planet and an objective around the planet, and then seeing if you and your team can kind of figure it out. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's pretty neat. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on that one. Did they say coming 2026? All right, we got plenty of time to talk about that one. All right, let's check out Mario Kart World. This is another one that obviously is going to be huge for the Switch 2. Livid did kind of spoil this for me, that it's an open world Mario Kart game. I have no idea what that means. So let's check it out together and see what the deal is with Mario Kart on the Switch 2. It looks like Mario Kart. Oh, they got boats now? Yep, snowmobiles. Obviously bikes. And you got all your places. You got the desert. You got the snow. You got the jungle. I mean, this is exactly what we expect from Mario Kart, right? You can grind on rails? That's kind of cool. What is that, like a cosmetic thing mid-round? That's interesting. The courses look legit fun.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world. Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe. Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change. And in this Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
It's interesting because just in that one scene, the maps didn't look like
in the
circuits.
classic Grand Prix,
They look more
race through
linear.
4 courses in a bid for first place. But don't
Cool
sleep
looking
at the
maps,
wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up. Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
That's must have been what it is. Yeah, look at the map. It's just a straight line there on the right side.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Can you make it all the way to the finish line? You can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam. By going off-road, you can explore new areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you. You can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together at different locations.
All right, I just got to say, not every game needs to be an open world game. Like, the whole idea here, right? And you just heard him. Drive off, and explore the world. For what purpose? Like, what are we doing in the open world in Mario Kart World, right? Like, what are we doing? There's no quest to do. There's no things to see. Like, yeah, dude, one dude, you and me must be on like the absolute same wavelength, because I'm like, who cares? Why does it matter if you can go explore, random patches of dirt and grass and stuff that the team makes if there's no reason to do it? Very strange. And like the maps look genuinely good, right? Like the racetracks look really good. I just think the other bits
a brand new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World! The game launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. More details about this title will be shared in an upcoming Mario Kart World Direct. So be on the lookout for more information in the future.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. Mario Kart obviously is a staple and an anchor for, Nintendo. But I like them. Again, I don't mind them trying to take a step in a different direction, trying to innovate, trying to evolve. To what end? Like, even right now, look at the world outside of the racetrack, and it's like, well, what do you do out there? If you're just driving in the dirt to drive in the dirt, like, okay, that's going to be cool for all of 5 seconds. And then you're going to be like, okay, well, where's the stuff to do? Right? Because we even see from like open world games that are intentionally open world with things to do, people get bored. So it's just interesting. I just don't know necessarily if this one's going to resonate with a lot of folks for that reason. I obviously think it will resonate for plenty of reasons, but just not that part of it. All right, let's look back here. Let's see what else launched this week. I know Liv said it was pretty much all Nintendo, and that's fine. Obviously, there's a new Marvel Rivals season coming out, Season 2 on 4/11. If you guys did not see, we did a guide on the new Emma Frost character. Had the chance to go hands-on with her early, dropped a guide video for you all who are still playing that game or interested in coming back to that game for Season 2. I'm still really like, I wish I could play it more. I wish I like had 2 Codys where I could like play a game that I was, really enjoying, but also like do the work that I need to do. Yeah, man, it's really just all Nintendo. Oh, there's some gameplay from Kirby. That's cool. Oh, we actually have a race here for Mario Kart, Fragpunk. I don't think anything's really like blowing my mind that we should check out, which is fine. I told you guys it was going to be kind of a quiet night tonight. What I did want to say, and I'll come back to you full screen for this one. What I did want to tell you guys is Liv and I have some pretty cool stuff coming up, and it's been quiet on the channel. Like, it's fine, right? We have these ebbs and flows all the time. We've missed a couple opportunities that we just didn't really capitalize on for like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Monster Hunter. But we've got a really busy April and May coming up. And one of the things that's coming up really soon is Expedition 33. Can't say anything other than we are currently playing the game, both Livid and I, and we're obsessed. We are in the game, want to play it every day, all day. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. That embargo is later this month before the release date. If that game is not on your radar, it needs to be. That's all I'm going to say. We've also got a cool Dune opportunity coming up here in a couple days where we're going to finally be able to go hands-on and record. So super excited to bring you guys some Dune content very soon because, like I've said, we are going to have a huge Dune clan. If you're interested in joining our Dune clan, make sure you're in the Discord. We've got a small Dune section in there, and like once things start popping off for Dune, we will set up everything. The clan or guild, whatever the system is called, we'll get everybody in there. It'll be an open clan like we've done in the past where you can join us. You can pop in and out. If it does end up having a clan cap, then, we'll keep the folks who are actively playing all the time. And, you can, if you bob in and out, you can rejoin at any point in time. Super excited about that one. And then a couple other things that we might jump into. There's some Enshrouded content that's coming up that we might jump into. And I feel like there's another game that I'm missing. Obviously, Elden Ring is next month, so we'll try and get involved in that. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff. Finally excited to like really be diving into games again because it's been so quiet. But yeah, I think that's it. So Couple other trailers I wanted to check out with you guys. There is a Lost Skies official release date trailer. Lost Skies is a game that we've kind of had our eye on for just a little bit now. It looked pretty good, and we actually, the team reached out to see if we wanted to play it early, but it just didn't work timing-wise. So I still think it's worth checking out together. I think this game's got a little bit of promise, and we've talked about it here on the stream before, and I think a few of you said you were interested in playing it. So let's check this one out. This is the official release date trailer for Lost Skies. I like that title animation. That's cool. It doesn't look bad. It's a little janky. I don't love the graphics, but it doesn't look bad. I feel like they're going for like the oh my gosh, like the Naruto, not Naruto. Oh my gosh, what am I saying? The blue people. Like that's what the whole vibe has been, like the music and stuff. Not anymore. Now it's getting more Dune-esque. Avatar. That's what I was trying to say. Avatar. Yeah, I know. I said the blue people. I meant Avatar. Like the whole front part of this trailer was like very ethereal, and now we're in like more action music. Okay. I mean, there's a lot going on in that trailer, I'm not going to lie, but it looks pretty good. I will say I think some of the world stuff is like going to be the most interesting part of it, and the key to that, just like it was for the last 5 survival games I've played, especially one where you're going from island to island, is making the islands actually worth exploring. Right? It's a really hard thing to do. You have to create lots of points of interest, but also you need a really competent progression system. A competent crafting progression system. That was what I found with, and I'm blanking on Aloft. That's the name of it. What I found with Aloft was like I just got bored after a while, and part of it was because it's just a straight PvE game. So is Lost Skies. I'm right. Is this a PvE game or is there PvP in Lost Skies? Lost Skies PvP. I can't remember. PvP isn't a primary feature. Got it. Sorry, I'm listening. I couldn't tell if there was screaming going on upstairs. Sorry. So like the PvE has to be really good, and it's got to be really thoughtful how you progress through all of the things, whether it's the crafting, the building, the adventuring, the combat with, you know, the environment. This is clearly like the climactic moment, fighting this ginormous whatever it is robot thing up in the sky. It looks, I'll be honest, it looks like a lot of fluff to me. It looks like the team is just trying to make this feel more epic than it is. Like, okay, why is that guy just hanging from the back of the ship? Is there a real reason for that? No, probably not. And then there's a bunch of people that are just like firing guns at these orbs in the sky. Clearly a mechanic, but like, all right, how legit is the mechanic itself? Like, how is that actually what's going on in the game, or is it something different? So I think Lost Skies has some potential. I'm not entirely sure if I buy into all of the hype quite yet, but you know, it's definitely got some potential. All right, I feel like we should talk at least a little bit since we got plenty of time tonight, guys. We're out of trailers already. So as always, I should shill the Legacy Gaming subreddit. If you're one of the folks hanging out with us tonight and you're not part of the Legacy Gaming subreddit, every week I check through the list here and I ask you guys to post your trailers so that we can look at them together. There's a couple more here that's just the partner spotlights from the Nintendo event, which really doesn't show us anything new. So if you're not part of the subreddit, please do so. Trying to get to that 100 members mark. That would be very cool if we can get to that, you know, relatively soon. All right, we're going to watch the official Season 2 updates for Marvel Rivals. Why is that 15 minutes long? Is there a reason that's 15 minutes long? Oh, it's the dev vision. We don't need to watch that. We can watch just the actual Marvel Rivals Season 2. Is that it? That's not it. Maybe that was it. No, I swear there was like an actual short trailer. Oh, we never watched this. We have to watch Enter the Gungeon 2 teaser trailer really quick. I'm so excited that they're making Enter the Gungeon 2. Come on. How can you not get excited about this? It looks so different. I don't know if I like it. I'm not going to lie. It feels a little too cartoony for me. But anyways, yeah, Enter the Gungeon 2 coming sometime next year, I think it is. I am genuinely excited about that one because I do love me some Enter the Gungeon. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. This is the Hellfire Gala. This is the new season of Marvel Rivals coming out on 4/11. Like I said before, guys, if you haven't checked out the video, we have an Emma Frost guide already up on the channel. We had the chance to play her early. Really excited about another Vanguard. I am a Vanguard main. So, yeah, super excited that there's more tanks in the game.
To all our new guests from across the timelines, I welcome you to the Hellfire Gala. Welcome one and all to Krakoa. This living island may be a sovereign mutant nation, but tonight, our home is yours. Honored guests, I propose a toast to Krakoa. Here, there are no rivals. Man and mutant
will be exterminated.
Super excited for Ultron to become a mutant.
To me, my X-Men! This is a fight for our survival!
Then try to stay alive just long enough to see my way as the Age of Ultron begins.
You know what's really interesting about this is there were so many leaks about Marvel Rivals in the beginning when everybody was like jockeying for position, trying to make content, whatever. So many like leaks, whether they were legit or not, didn't really matter. One of the things that came out was that the game already had a PvE mode built in, right? So like think about what Overwatch 2 was trying to do, but like never did. They found that there were some PvE modes already embedded in the game files. And Ultron very clearly here, right, like sets up that dynamic for a PvE type of game mode with his army of robots. I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing, but, you know, Marvel Rivals is crushing it. They still see hundreds of thousands, if not millions of players every day. It's still always above 100,000 concurrent players on Steam, and it's still a great game. Like, I love the heck out of it. I think they've gotten everything for the most part right. And I'm not into these types of games. I'm not a hero shooter guy. I'm not a super competitive guy anymore. Like, I love winning, but I'm not competitive in the sense that like I have all day to like invest in these types of games. I wish I did sometimes. Like, I could play Marvel Rivals for 20 hours straight if I really needed to. But I just don't have that kind of luxury anymore. But yeah, I think Season 2 is going to be a lot of fun. Emma Frost is an interesting new hero. Vanguard, like I said, that has a pretty cool move set a continuous beam attack. She can turn into diamond form. It's really fun. And obviously, there's a lot of cool new skins. The skins don't do much for me, but if you're into that sort of thing, yeah. New season starts on February 11th, which I think is awesome. All right, I don't know if there's anything tonight other than, I mean, look, we can watch some of these Expedition 33 trailers. Again, if you guys don't have Expedition 33 on your radar, you absolutely need to, because it's going to be big. That's all I'm going to say. Let's watch let's see here. We'll watch the Gustav trailer, if I can find it. The Gustav trailer, voiced by Charlie Cox, for anybody that's interested. Charlie Cox is Daredevil. We'll look at the Mael, the Lune, and the Sael trailer. So all the character trailers. And just seriously, just like kind of take it in, guys. Again, I can't say anything about it, but just take it in. Enjoy the game for what it potentially could be. And if this one is not on your radar, again, it should be.
Rated M for mature.
The Paintress destroyed our world. And someone built her a shrine.
Stubborn people change the world. This too is your legacy.
I am not letting Mael die out here. I'm taking her home. Take him down.
Gustav, don't die!
Tomorrow will come! We'll break the cycle, so she can't steal anyone else's future.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that, I really have loved about all these trailers is just the voice acting. They got some really big names for the character voicing of this. He does look like Robert Pattinson. You're absolutely right. And it's voiced by a different character, which is a little weird. But yes, I totally agree with you. All right, this is the Mael character trailer.
Rated M for mature.
Lumiere's not my home. Not the way it is for you.
Having second thoughts about the expedition?
Please. I'm more ready to go than you are.
The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your Gamage. You don't need to leave yet.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here. The dance begins. En-garde. Precise strike. Finesse and grace.
Big damage numbers, guys.
How
She's a
can you
cool
keep
character.
going like nothing happened?
So she uses a rapier, which is really cool. And the next character is Lune.
Rated M for mature.
And again, we're going to talk more about this game very soon, but
It
nothing we're
wasn't
gonna talk about tonight.
logical, but part of me really believed my parents and their expedition had succeeded. That they'd stopped her. Then the Paintress woke, and I knew they weren't coming home. They were counting on me to finish their work.
Come on, we always said the future of Lumiere is more important than
Any individual life, yes.
Do you still believe that? When one falls, we continue.
The main continent. Hard to believe we're finally here.
Watch out! It's protocol. We designed it to yield the optimal result in the vast majority of situations. not a foregone conclusion. When one falls, we continue. All this
She's a cool character too.
is what we're fighting for.
She's really the mage of the group, as it's, you know, you can see all the different types of abilities, the lightning, the ice, the fire, very cool stuff.
Rated M for mature.
One dude, like, I will tell you, I think the game itself has definitely flown under the radar, and I don't know if it's just because it's not getting a lot of publicity, they're not spending a lot of marketing dollars. What I will tell you is I think the title is kind of what's tripping people up. Like, this whole Claire Obscure thing is very strange, and like, titles matter. And I say this as like a marketing person who's been doing marketing for almost 2 decades now. Like, marketing really does matter. So for them to pick a really long name, everybody's going to call this Expedition 33. The Claire Obscure thing really throws it off. I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know what it means. But it's Expedition 33. That's a pretty good name. It's still a little obscure, but I think the title is throwing people off a little bit. I also just think, like, people are not paying attention to it, and I think that's a huge shame because, yes, the acting, even in these trailers, you can tell the acting is amazing. All right, this is the last character trailer that's out right now. This is CL.
Sure.
What are the stars whispering to you?
Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
You've been quiet since we left the village.
Yeah, sorry. Just bad memories. When it's hard to talk about things, the stars will understand. Death is a friend who will welcome me home.
Bonjour, mes amis.
Hey, bonjour mon ami. CL.
What? He seems nice. On the field, it's just you, your weapon, and your enemy. And you need to understand all three. Zoom in. Take this!
Got some kind of twin blade character or weapon going on.
Your number is painted.
It's like female version of Gambit. You got cards too.
So fast. Cards have spoken.
Nice.
Emotions are powerful. You have to make sure they work with you.
Anyways, if you guys want to check out that game, there's the final preview up on IGN's channel. I recommend you check it out because, like I said, the game is, we're playing through it right now. That's all I'm going to say. Put it on your radar. If it's not on your radar, it should be. And yeah, it is very strange that there are 2 games, right? Expedition 33 and 33 Immortals that are coming out at roughly the same time. How is that even possible? I say this all the time to Liv. It's like, how do these developers not talk to each other and like just be like, oh, you're releasing your big game on February 4th? Oh, I'm going to release my game on February 4th too. You're direct competitors with each other. Why are you doing that? There's enough people around. Like, if you release one open world game in February and then the next company releases their open world game in March, people are going to play both. But if you release them both on the same day, they're not going to play them both. It's just the way we play games nowadays. Most people can't afford to do that. So the titles thing is kind of strange to me. That one I don't think I've ever seen before, where a company has like a random number like 33 in both the titles of 2 different games. Very, very strange. Guys, honestly, I don't have anything else to really showcase or talk about other than we've got a lot of cool stuff coming on the channel. So I'm going to wrap it here. Like I said, I'm gassed, so I'm going to go to bed. I'll stream again next week. As always, remember, you got to put stuff in the subreddit. If you guys put stuff in the subreddit, I will react to it. But like I said, there just wasn't a lot this week because of the Switch 2 event. So, yeah, we'll keep it light. Everybody go to bed. Enjoy the work week that's coming up out here in the New England area. It's going to be cold and rainy for like the next week straight. So hopefully by the weekend there's some sun and I can bounce back from the fog that I know I'll be in because I just do not do well with like consecutive days of rain and doom and gloom. But looking forward to chatting with you guys again next week. Hopefully we have some cool announcements, some new trailers. Obviously we're playing Expedition 33. By that point we'll be playing Dune as well. So a lot more coming on the channel. Like I said, I know it's been a little quiet. Thanks for bearing with us as we kind of get our grounding this year. It's crazy that it's already April. 4 months have come and gone. But as always, I love hanging out with you guys on a Sunday night. And we'll see you again next week. So take care. My name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks so much for watching. Play on. Have a good night, guys, and we will see you next time.